Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Caster, one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and grassroots content creators. And today we have another HCS report where we're going to be recapping all of the crazies that went down just over the last day or two, which there was plenty of, from literally the LVT Pro League to potential brand new Halo game being announced this year and more. Let's break it all down. We're gonna get right into it. We'll start off with that LVT Pro League, where it was our first matchup, best of 7. In case you guys don't know, LVT Pro League, like I said, best of 7 matches that go down, $1,000 every single night that it happens to the winner, and you have the top teams, including some teams that qualified during the qualifier that happened literally just over the weekend. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait. All of it leads to a $50,000 LAN, with 6 of the teams being invited to compete in on that LAN, on LAN. And our first matchup was Optic versus FaZe, and I'm so sorry to say it, but it honestly wasn't as, competitive as we wanted it to be, especially in a best of 7. We expect to see the game, go to game 7, at least a game 6, at least a game 5. However, apparently Optic wanted to steamroll through this one, and they ended up 4-0ing FaZe. Dominant fashion. I mean, the obviously the King of the Hill was close, but then the 4-3 Origin was obviously a little bit of a weaker map for Optic Gaming, but they still ended up winning that one. But a 3-1 in Bomb on Aquarius and a 2-0 in Oddball to complete. Never even seeing the secondary Slayer. Optic Gaming looked absolutely incredible. And in the past, I said that Optic were a beatable team, and I think a lot of people and a lot of other teams in the league were a lot closer to Optic than people think, based on them, constantly losing out in like pool play or getting dropped down to the lower bracket early on. But it seems like as of recently, they've somehow gotten better and better, and Optic Gaming that can figure it out, on Friday or early Saturday on LAN, and then kind of have a similar run that they do in the lower bracket, that they do in the winners bracket, would be frightening. Would probably be the greatest Halo team that we've ever seen if that was the case. And Optics seem to be moving in that trend or in that direction. We'll have to see what they look like at Shopify Rebellion and see them more consistently against some of the teams like a FaZe or a Space Station Gaming, but it really feels like they're moving in that direction. We'll take a look at the stats just a bit here. Bound, big 78 kills. Big, almost 22,000 damage, ends up with a 1.19 KD for that, a 1.69 KDA. Also worth pointing out, Renegade, who actually, although had less damage with 19,500 just about, actually rocking a 1.53 KD and a 2.13 KDA. That kind of probably went a little bit unnoticed with the way that Bound was just being that damage dealer and that lead slayer, but don't sleep on a Renegade, because I promise Renegade was getting his as well. I'm sorry. Renegade, I guess I should call him. My bad. The demon is here. We'll take a look at some of the objective stats. In the oddball, fairly even between Formal and Legend. Bound not even touching that oddball, but with the way he was dealing damage, I don't blame him. Renegade having a bit of the oddball time. Meanwhile, in the King of the Hills, again, fairly even for the most part. Maybe Bound a little bit less than everybody else, but Formal slightly more with the most hill time. And that's all we ended up seeing there, because, again, it was pretty fast. We don't actually have any bomb stats, sadly, with Halo Data Hive just yet. But Renegade absolutely doing his thing. And Bound and Renegade absolutely doing their thing. In fact, even a crazy kill tack went down. Why don't we take a look at that? A kill tack by Renegade. We'll actually watch this from his point of view.
Two, and one's in the winner right here.
I'll trip you loose off spawn. He just stung bomb as far as he can. Come move it. Let's go lose it.
The flag.
Flag reach.
It's coming.
Flag reach still. Nice, kill me, he's flag still. Come on.
Yeah, one shroom.
Sneaky.
He's just shooting shrooms. He jumped up.
One's the front base, One's the first, one's the
Gen,
first.
wait.
Nice shot.
Gen,
Flag, John Wick. Behind us somewhere. Left side.
Shoot me, you're low gen, I think.
He's
Low
front,
shrooms,
front,
front.
front,
Shoot, one trap penguin.
I mean, get the bone.
Okay, I got it.
Where's the
Nice one, Gen.
You're good. He's not
Help him, John.
He's low, going top bridge,
Yeah, every cross.
We generate two tripping.
There's Lucy.
That man was locked the freak in, getting a kill tag, capitalized by finding Snakebite right off of spawn and challenging him immediately. What a crazy sequence coming out of Renegade. And somebody else pointed in the chat earlier, we remember we streamed these live on Twitch before this even hits the YouTube, but somebody mentioned it earlier. What was more impressive is that none of his teammates even reacted to it. They were so locked in and so focused on, we gotta treat this like it's a tournament game. We gotta treat this like it's a LAN game. And they were so locked in, they couldn't even congratulate him on the kill tag, because we know everybody saw it on the kill feed, because they had to remain focused up and completing a 4-0, which eventually they did. Shout out to my boy Renegade and the entire Optic roster and what they were able to do in the first matchup of the LVT Pro League. Moving forward, we actually have the FaZe event finally announced. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally know where the FaZe event is going to be, when it's going to be, and it is October 3rd through October 5th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful North Carolina. Sweet home North Carolina. That ain't how it goes. But North Carolina, I love going there. We've been to Raleigh, we've been to Charlotte. Absolutely beautiful. To be honest with you, I actually considered moving to North Carolina because I really do enjoy it. And maybe one day I'll actually find myself over there. Absolutely love it. Love going out there. And apparently, Blame the Meg says she's going to show us where the best barbecue is at. They're throwing shots at Texas. We've had a lot of Texas barbecue, but she's throwing shots. October 3rd through the 5th is where hopefully I will see you all very close to Worlds, by the way. Maybe like 3 weeks away from Worlds, I want to say, if I remember correctly. But I'm excited nonetheless. Guys, make sure you get your tickets ASAP. They're actually available right now. If you want, the link is down below right there. Make sure you get your tickets ASAP. Hopefully your boy will be there, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys there as well. And speaking of FaZe actually having a new coach right now. There's more to it though. With King J tweeting out, for those who missed yesterday, I'll be coaching the FaZe Esports Halo boys up and through SLC. Excited to help these guys reach their highest potential. Thank you to the guys for bringing me on board. Penguin, Snakebite, Trippy, and Lucid. FaZe up, says King J, New Jersey's finest. Best friends, notably best friends with Snakebite, a fantastic Halo player himself, by the way. From what I hear, because I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, what happened to Royal One? Was it Royal One coaching this roster, and was he incredible? From what I heard, Royal One can't make the event at SLC, so that's why King J's gonna be stepping in. He's been coaching the online events, leading to it, maybe to practice up and to ultimately be ready for Salt Lake City. And so far, I've been hearing his comms. They've been really good. They've been really strong. He's definitely not stepping to the side whatsoever. He's being a vocal leader in the comms from what I'm hearing. So, like I said, I think it's not a situation where like Royal One is being replaced from what I heard. It's just that he can't make the event, so that's why King J ultimately is stepping in. And of course, you already know we can't have an HCS report without talking about a little bit of craziness, a little bit of rumors that went down, which, by the way, this ain't even me talking about the rumors this time, because HCS put out a blog post talking about Halo Worlds and, ticket updates, team boots, community stage, all that good stuff, but then mentioned rumors and speculation themselves. Like, well, hold on. Everybody had to click on that real quick, and when you hit obviously you guys want to read, click on the link, read the whole thing. But if you scroll down to rumors and speculation, we'll read it word for word. And this is out of Halo's mouth. It's not me starting to know nothing. Don't blame me. Over the past few weeks, there's been a fair amount of speculation about when and where more details might emerge about any of the multiple projects Halo Studios is actively working on. We don't usually comment on such matters, but this time we want to enter the chat and share a little more perspective for Halo fans who might be on the fence about whether to attend this year's event. Talking about Worlds. Last year at Halo WC, we premiered a new Dawn where we talked about the switch to Unreal Engine, gave you a behind-the-scenes look at Project Foundry, and debuted our evolution to Halo Studios as we enter a new chapter for Halo. For us, a new Dawn was just the beginning. At this year's Halo World Championships, we look forward to continuing the conversation. Now, this is key right here, guys. Pay attention real quick. Speculation is always fun, but if you want the official scoop on what Halo Studios has been working on, you won't want to miss this year's Halo World Championship. We really hope you'll join us in Seattle this October. And I got goosebumps. I literally got goosebumps right now because when I read this, and again, this might be me going way deep down the rabbit hole. Maybe this is just a me thing and whatnot. Although I will say I've been seeing everybody talk about it on Twitter, and everybody kind of aligns with what I'm thinking. This to me feels like a new game announcement. Like think about it. I feel like they've dropped some bombs on us in Halo World Championships, but they've never put an official blog post to pay attention and to watch out for this one. This is an announcement to an announcement. And that to me is something big. That to me is not just gonna be a behind the scenes, and a quick little video, quick little trailer of what they were doing, which by the way, the new Dawn was amazing. It was incredible. I loved that alone gave me goosebumps as well. But this to me feels like something more, feels like something real. This to me feels like a new game announcement. I could be wrong, but either way, I'm excited for Halo Worlds. It feels like it's actually just around the corner. It feels like I could reach out and actually grab it, but we still got to get through SLC. We still got to get through the new phase of it that was just announced as well. So little bit of time before we get there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is your HS report. If you're watching on the Twitch, don't forget to follow. Let me know in the comments, or let me know in the chat how you guys feel about all of the craziness that went down over the last couple of days. And if you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, interact with the video in some way, shape, or form. That tells the algorithm that you enjoy it and tries to push it out to more people that also might enjoy this type of content. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later.